Hi guys, it's Martin from Flicking Feathers here. Today I'm tying the Prince of Carp, which is just basically an adaptation of the Prince nymph to make it a bit carpier by substituting some materials and adding a bit more movement into it. In the vise I've got an Owner C5 carp hook with a 3mm gold bead. It's a size 4 hook, sorry, which is about equivalent to about an 8 or a 10 like grub hook. They're quite short in the shank, and I've just run some 6/0 uni around the bend, and I've built up a little bump of thread there, just to help splay the legs that I'm tying in for the tail. So the tail is made of silly legs. This is the beat which is in the standard pattern, and so I've taken a single length of pumpkin with black and blue fleck, cut it in half, and then I'm putting both lengths over the thread. I'm just going to pull it up, put under a bit of tension, and then tie it down securely. So they're never going to pull out, they need to break. A bit of crap there. And then just tie down until you hit the bump, which will sort of cause the legs to flare a little. If you can see there as the thread turns are just pressing them against the bump of thread, it's flaring the legs a bit. That just gives them a nice, like, you can see the legs are separated nicely. I'm then going to just come in and snip them about the length of the hook. Okay, so that's the first difference. The next thing is just to tie in the rib, which is just medium copper wire, and I like to tie the rib in the length of the body. So I push the copper wire into the back of the bead, and it stops the bead sort of moving around and shake it, and then just come back and touch and turns and fasten the wire to the side of the hook. And for the body of the fly I'm using ice dub and peacock black. I really like ice dub for my carp flies. You know, it's flashy, but it's not overly flashy, and it's quite rough in texture. So just dub that in the thread. I don't want this to be too heavy at this stage for the abdomen. And you'll probably see why later. So just build a nice, fairly thin body up to about the 2/3 mark. Just to sort of tidy up there a wee bit, and then you're ready to come in with your rib. And 1, 2, 3, 4 is plenty, right? And then I like to just come along with the copper wire under and touch and turns right up to the back of the bead, just to add a bit of extra weight to the fly. And then come across your thread at 90 degrees. 1, 2, 3 is enough to hold it, and just use your bobbin holder just press it against the hook shank of the bead to sort of steady it, and then bend and break off the wire for a nice clean cut, and then tidy this up again. And you don't need to use the touch and turns of wire. You could just use it, leave it the gold bead or whatever. It's up to yourself. So the thorax that I like to put on these Prince nymphs is I like a bit different from the sort of standard dressing. I actually palmer a hackle, maybe 3 turns on this section here, instead of just a single couple of turns. It's just I like that extra sort of bugginess and a bit more movement in my carp flies. So I'm going to take a saddle hackle. I'm just trying to find one with a long, fairly long fibres, but not too long. That's fine. And to prepare it for the tie-in, I just snip a bit off, and then if you just snip a small section of the barbels away and just leave the tags, that gives it a really good solid grip. It won't slip or pull out or anything. And then I also tie a little Mirage flashback. You don't need to use Mirage really because it's unseen. It's just to help make sure that the fly fishes hook up. The drag of the hackle and the rubber legs will help flip it. So the next thing is to get some dubbing. Use the same ice dub, Black Peacock ice dub, and build up a slightly heavier thorax. Tighten that up a bit. And just wind your thread through just to sort of hold everything. And then just wind your hackle forward. Right. It looks quite long, so depending on the quality of hackle, you might need more or fewer turns. 1, 2, 3 is plenty. Just cross your thread, catch it in. 3 turns. Then I like to fold the stem back and put 2 or 3 turns over the top, and then just keep your thread tight and snap it away. Get you a nice clean cut, and just pull anything that's going forward of the eye. I just like to pull it back and tidy up a bit. So you can see here it's much buggier than the traditional Prince nymph. Then I'm going to add another set of silly legs. This is these are large size silly legs for the white because it's a bit of a sort of, I don't know, a trigger point I suppose. Black and white barred. I'm really sure that the black and white barred legs is well, in the areas I fish, very effective for carp. And I've folded the leg in half, and then I'll invert the hook in the vise. Well, turn the vise, I'll invert the vise, so just change that so you can see it a bit better. And then 1 turn just to lock those legs up, and another fold the tag back. That's the first pair. And then similar again, but slightly to the side. A turn. And then back again, the same. And just snip all your legs the same length. So there's loads of wiggliness and vibration. Then turn the hook back over and draw the hackles fibres that separate the hackle fibres over the back. So you see which way they want to lie. And then come in with your Mirage. This is lost focus there for a minute. There we go. So just sweep everything down and then tie in, pull your Mirage forward, tie everything up. Then just make sure everything that's going forward of the eye, pull it back. 1, 2, 3 turns is plenty, right? Ignore the Mirage tinsel for the moment. That's not doing anything. And then just come in and whip finish. And there you have it. That's the tie-in more or less done. You can just trim your thread. And if you just put a tiny wee nick and you can just pull it away, it gives you a nice clean cut, and then it won't pull out because it's folded. So I then like to come in with a wee bit of Velcro and just hit mainly the thorax, just to sort of tease the sort of heavier dubbed section into the fibres into the hackle, sort of blend it together, just to make it a little bit buggier. But there you have it, the Prince of Carp. It's a good little pattern. It's worth putting in your box. So I'd encourage you to give it a try. For those fish that are, nymphing, they're no chasing big crayfish or eating clams or whatever. I mean, depending on the waters you're fishing, there might not be much of a crayfish population, for example. So it's worth having some. I'm just putting some head cement on the thread wraps on the bead and back onto the Mirage there, just to sort of protect it. And if you varnish the bead as well, it just helps keep that shiny gold effect. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, or if you didn't, please leave a message, let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.